Hello and welcome to Big Ear. My name is Stonehood. I'm the president of Big Ear. What we do here at Big Ear is we offer the very best in custom hearing protection on the market. And in this video, I'm going to address guns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through 6 guns that are some of the more common guns that are in the world. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on this chart right here the decibel levels that you are being exposed to with a silencer on and then with a silencer off. And then I'm going to use this chart here to show you how long you can be exposed to these weapons, silenced or unsilenced, over a shooting day. And what is a shooting day? Well, that's where it comes to you. That's where all of my information and all of the information and products that we sell falls back on you as a consumer. It falls back on you as somebody watching this video. Only you know your habits. Only you know how long you usually go and shoot for. Only you know what kind of guns you shoot. Only you know what targets you're shooting. Only you know where you're shooting. Only you know your habits. And now self-awareness and hearing protection is vital. You have to know and not have an ego around the exposure that you're facing. So without any more preamble, let's get started. So the first weapon we're going to talk about is a BB gun. Now I can remember when I was a kid in our backyard, we'd get the BB guns, we set up our big box square target and we just shoot. We shoot for hours and hours and hours and hours. And now I don't know what your upbringing was, but you probably started with a BB gun or with a pellet gun. And I'm sure if you are going to have your kids start, they're probably going to start somewhere around there. And so if you really think about it, you look at this chart here, a BB gun is 97 decibels. You go to a factory. If a person is in a factory and they're exposed to anything over 85 decibels, by OSHA law, they must have hearing protection in their ears. We have on this chart, which is called a permissible exposure time. So if you're at a factory and you're working an 8-hour shift, a lot of guys work a 10 or 12-hour shift. You can only be exposed if you're working in a factory to 85 decibels for 8 hours without hearing protection in. You have to wear hearing protection if the sound is 85 decibels or more over 8 hours, or you're going to face hearing damage. And the number only goes down. The exposure time only goes down with the higher decibels. So at that 97 decibel mark, so take a look at this chart right here. When you get to 97 decibels, which is a BB gun on this chart, you have 30 minutes of exposure time before you start having hearing damage occur. I mean, when you're shooting your BB gun with a kid, I'm thinking back right now, when I was a kid, I didn't wear hearing protection when I was shooting my BB gun. I know I did. I mean, think about that. And imagine you have a whole row of kids lined up shooting BB guns for however long they're shooting for. I mean, I remember being outside. I didn't even think about it when I was a kid. So how can I expect you or your kids to be thinking about wearing hearing protection while they're shooting their BB gun? So now we're going to move up to a Ruger 1022 suppressed. So that's 111 decibels. So as you can see on this chart, when we move up past 109 decibels up into 110 decibels, the exposure time without hearing protection in drastically reduces. I mean, it's sub 1 minute at 111 decibels. Every single time you pull that trigger, you are moving one step closer to hearing damage. I wanted to get this out of the way. Even with silenced weapons, and even with bullets that don't go supersonic, you are still at risk if you're not wearing hearing protection. Even though the sound isn't just ripping, it isn't incredibly loud like an unsuppressed weapon, you are still facing hearing damage when you shoot a gun with a suppressor on it. What I always sway towards is protecting your hearing. Even if you're gonna go for the day, bring a set of filtered earplugs. Bring a set of just cheap, crappy 3M earplugs, throw them in the glove compartment of the truck, put them in your pocket. Just think practical. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, because the worst case scenario is you just gotta go put your earplugs in. And it might be a little bit uncomfortable, but you can just protect your ears, you're gonna be a little bit more comfortable, and you're gonna have your hearing longer. So now we're at the P22, and that's 116 decibels. Like we said before, anything past 112 decibels is sub 1 minute. So this chart here, this shows only up to 115. I'm gonna pull up another chart right here. And so as you can see on this chart here, we're approaching the decibel level where permitted exposure time with no hearing protection in is at 0, which means that every single time you fire this weapon, even firing it suppressed, you're right on the borderline of permanent hearing loss every single time you pull that trigger. Something to think about. And so the next weapon we're going to talk about is the Glock G17 suppressed. This is 126 decibels. And now with this weapon suppressed, every single time you get exposed to that, you're facing the potential to cause yourself permanent hearing damage, something you can never get back with every pull of the trigger. Let's move up to the next gun. So this is a crowd favorite. We have the AR-15 suppressed. This is 132 decibels. This is now not playing around. This is every single time suppressed, you pull the trigger, you're probably gonna cause yourself hearing damage. Because, and I understand, you wanna be able to hear the environment around you, and the thing that really bothers me is that it might not just be you, it could be your family, it could be your kids, it could be your grandkids. So just think about that. Even if you think it's suppressed, bring earplugs for your kids. Make sure they're wearing something while you shoot it. It's your ears, you can do what you want, make sure you're protecting your kids. The next step up is to a Remington suppressed, and this one is the same as the AR-15. It is immediate hearing loss if you're not wearing hearing protection. It's 133 decibels. And so the cycle here on this guy here, you can see now repeats. These weapons are now unsuppressed. So this is why, you wear the muffs. This is why you double protect when you're shooting these guns. It's because when you're shooting with that Ruger unsuppressed, you're facing 140 decibels while you have to wear hearing protection. Because this is now at 140 decibels, if you're shooting it without hearing protection in, you're right at what OSHA calls the threshold of pain. And it's no exposure time, and it can cause some serious problems. So now we're gonna move up to the P22 unsuppressed. It's 157 decibels. Just getting your mind around how loud that is. It's very hard to believe how really truly loud that is. I always think of people who are in the military, police, they're shooting that with, you don't see cops wearing hearing protection. So it's a wild thing to think about. And as you can see on this chart here, that's the sound of a jet engine. That's comparable to a jet engine, a pistol. It's wild when you really start looking at these numbers and thinking about the recommended exposure time. It's mind-blowing. So the next one, we're gonna go to that Glock G17. It's 162 decibels. You cannot subject your ears to that without hearing protection in. The next one, we're gonna move up to the AR-15, which is 165 decibels. So that's just continuing to just get louder and louder. You can see the trend here. And the last one is the Remington unsuppressed, which is 167 decibels. And that's where I want to stop. I'm going to take these two charts down and straight talk you really quick here. If you're exposing yourself to these decibels, you are taking a massive risk that every single time you pull that trigger, if you're shooting unsuppressed, if you're even shooting suppressed, you are exposing yourself. And however long that you're exposing yourself for, to whatever decibel levels, you have to fit into your lifestyle accordingly the right hearing protection. And now I want to go back and I want to empathize with you as a shooter, because I completely understand that when you overprotect, you're defeating the purpose of hearing protection. With the wiggle room with these decibels, we can work in a hearing protection that will allow you to be comfortable and safe when you're shooting, but will not overprotect you. Now I will always say, and I will always stick to my guns to say, you're better safe than sorry. And more importantly, your children, your grandchildren, your wife, your husband, the people that you love are better safe than sorry when they're around you, when you're shooting guns or when they're shooting guns. It does not matter. Extended family, friends, people who are around you in a gun range, protect their ears and make sure that you're protecting your ears when somebody else is shooting as well. Hopefully I've been able to scratch the surface on what these decibel levels are, what they mean. I will be doing more videos with weapons and guns and shooting in decibels. I want to educate myself a lot more. I hope that this will maybe spark discussion, or it will get those of you who are very active shooters to just think about the decibels that you're facing, the decibels that your kids, your grandkids, your family, your friends are facing when you're around one another shooting. This is no joking matter. This is very serious, because this is your hearing, and what's your hearing worth to you? So I want to thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. You can leave a comment below. You can email me. My email is stonehood@bigearinc.com. You can send me a text or call me. My number is 719-271-4528, and we can have a conversation. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to comment, or feel free to just open up a conversation with me. I love talking with my customers. I love talking with anybody who's curious about this. The biggest thing is you can just go onto the website as well. If you go to the firearms section and you kind of get lost with the products, open up the little chat icon on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. It's a little blue icon on the bottom right-hand side of your screen with little dots in it. open up a dialogue with us. We are here to serve you. We are here to give you great answers and to provide you with the very best products. So please protect your ears, stay safe out there, and I will hear you later.